All right. So now we're going to be talking about, well, I've been talking about all week about Metaverse, what's going on with that. And then JPMorgan Chase. And who is the CEO behind that? Jamie Dimon. Jamie Dimon is the chairman. And he has been obviously critical of cryptocurrencies since day one. Whether he believes what he's actually saying is up for debate, because while he's been critical, going back to 2017, the first time he really went crazy, you know that old saying, if you don't care about it, why are you talking about it so much? Is it a threat? But he's saying, no, it's no threat. It's so small, but it's Ponzi. Somebody's going to get killed over it. It's used for money laundering, criminal activity. My daughter's stupid for buying it. I'm going to fire anybody in my company who I find out is messing around with Bitcoin. And then 24 hours later, he buys up all the Bitcoin assets off the Swedish market in the world, through the Swedish market in the world. 24 hours later, he manipulated the price, bought the dip, and then sold at a high. And he was found guilty. He was sued and found guilty and just paid the fine. For him, paying a fine is just the cost of doing business. I just pay the fine. Now, here we are 5 years later, he's still talking about it, but only now he's not just talking. He implemented his own CBDC. He created his own token to use internally in his bank, not access to the average people who have a bank account, but to the elite, to the people who have access to the second form of money. Did you understand that there are three main forms of money? Most people only know of this. This is what most people have access to. You go to work, you get paid, direct deposit into your bank. You can pull that cash out to buy stuff and pay your bills. But there's two other forms of money that is real money that the average person doesn't have access to. Even banks have banks that go straight to the Federal Reserve. And he's dealing with those people. They were playing around, the rich people playing around with the digital currency amongst themselves in a pilot program. Well, that was 2 years ago he started that. 2 years to now, he's on a whole nother level. He's preparing for the biggest financial collapse the world has ever seen. And he said so last week. He said, a hurricane is coming in the financial markets. And JPMorgan and Chase is prepared for it. So when you hear him make a statement like that, and just a little bit, it's going to be talking about tonight for the crypto storm is coming. When you make a statement like that, then you want to pay attention to not actually what he's saying, but what is he doing? He is heavily involved in blockchain technology. Blockchain technology. Somebody's mic is on. I have everybody's mic muted. Shut off mic. Someone needs to shut off mic. I don't know what you mean, Jeremy. But anyways, what is he doing? He is heavily involved in movement towards a digital economy, digitizing money, CBDCs, lockstep in what the Federal Reserve is doing. And Marnita asked me last night if I was going to do another series about the Federal Reserve white paper, especially now that I did that the crypto storm is coming and people are starting to understand what's going on. I need to read that again, because when I read it again, light bulbs is going to go off in your head. You're like, that makes sense. Now I know why they're doing this. What are they preparing for? So yeah, that's a good idea. I might have to pull that up next week. Maybe we'll do that next week. The white paper of the Federal Reserve, maybe next Saturday night. So Then one of our panelists that we had on the 5-day challenge earlier this week, Miguel Cryptos from the G Meta universe, and here is what we see. JPMorgan dropped this. Treasury Service, I look at the URL. Treasury Services documents, and it's titled Opportunities in the Metaverse. Are you kidding me? Straight from the company of the man who claims to hate cryptos. Opportunities in the Metaverse. You know what else Jamie Dimon did? He's moving his entire business plan to be on the digital side of things, and said that he will fire anyone who gets in the way. And when I say the digital things, meaning he is looking to cut his credit card business. It's a $5 billion business, and he wants to eliminate it. And his senior staff is like, are you crazy? There's nothing wrong with it. It is extremely profitable for us. But Jamie Dimon wants to eliminate it and says that I will fire any of you executives that get in the way of sabotaging it. He knows something. He's preparing for something. I said it the other day. Elites have information that everybody else does not have. So you can't always trust what they say, but you can follow what they do. So look at this. Opportunities in the metaverse. How businesses can explore the metaverse and navigate the hype versus reality. So it's like they are taking the lead on this. JPMorgan, Onyx by JPMorgan. The elements of a new digital age are converging at scale. The metaverse is the driving force, bringing these elements together in a unified, immersive experience. We are not here to suggest the metaverse as we know it today will take over all human interactions, but rather to explore the many exciting opportunities it presents for consumers and brands alike, whether it's large tech players such as Microsoft planning to create realistic workspaces, or Ariana Grande holding a concert in Fortnite. The opportunities presented by interactive digital worlds seem limitless. The metaverse will likely infiltrate every sector in some way in the coming years, with the market opportunity estimated at over $1 trillion in yearly revenues. Okay, so Jamie Dimon wants to eliminate a $5 billion a year credit card business, but they are having their eye on a $1 trillion a year metaverse business. You guys starting to see the big picture here? See, in 2017, I realized that blockchain technology is going to disrupt every single industry on the planet today. The metaverse is an extension of this technology. And JPMorgan now says it will infiltrate every sector in some way. Got to pay attention. As a result, we see companies of all shapes and sizes entering the metaverse in different ways, including household names like Walmart, Nike, Gap, Verizon, Hulu, PwC, Adidas, Atari, and others. Stop right there. I also state that not only will blockchain technology disrupt every industry, it doesn't need your permission to do so. Everybody will be involved, whether you like it or not. Your opinion is irrelevant, because how many of you either shop or have these brands in your home right now? Walmart, Nike, Gap, Verizon, Hulu, PwC, Adidas, Atari, and others. We all use this stuff. Business leaders and boardrooms around the world are now asking themselves, What is my metaverse strategy? What am I supposed to be doing in the metaverse? And what is the metaverse anyway? I'm glad I'm writing a course on this right now. I need to speed this thing up. This is happening actually a little bit faster than I expected. I said that the every year or 2 years, there's a flavor of the month or a flavor of the year in crypto. From the beginning, when it was mining to ICOs to DeFi and smart contracts, to compounding type stuff, to next would be NFTs, Metaverse, DeFi. And I was looking at the Metaverse sometime next year, but this is bigger. It's hit the radar screen, in other words, of the big companies faster than I thought it would, because people are still trying to wrap their heads around blockchain, let alone the metaverse. Is Facebook messing up for me today? Make sure I'm still there. Yeah, there we go. Derek says, can I put the link for the article that you're reading? Yes, I will at the end, because I gotta. Here's the link here. I'm going to put it in the chat box in Zoom. And if you guys on the Zoom side can post it in the Facebook groups. But here's a link to this article here. Okay, and I need to save this. All right. The metaverse offers opportunities to transact $54 billion every year. $54 billion is spent on virtual goods, almost double the amount spent buying music. So again, JPMorgan says, yeah, our credit card business is doing $5 billion, but they're looking at $54 billion is spent on virtual goods, almost double this amount spent buying music. 60 billion, approximately 60 billion messages are sent daily on Roblox. That's a video game that these kids play. And they are sending 60 billion messages daily. See, businesses always want to go where the eyeballs are. Where are the people? 60 billion messages a day on Roblox? $80 million. GDP for Second Life was about 650 million in 2021, with nearly 80 million US paid to creators. Do you know what Second Life is? Second Life was ahead of its time. I had a Second Life account. I may still have it. 15 years ago? I think maybe 16 years ago was the last time I was up in there. And it was like the metaverse. It's the first version of it, some form of it, where you can create something in this virtual landscape and interact with people with avatars and sell things, make things in real life and put it into the game and sell it for real world money. $80 million, 650 million was the GDP for it, with 80 million paid to creators. 41 billion non-fungible, $41 billion non-fungible tokens currently have a market cap of 41 billion. Experience 200 strategic partnerships to date with the Sandbox, including Warner Music Group, to launch a music-themed virtual world. This is all just on the second page. If you are sitting on the sidelines, you are going to get run over. This is going to happen so fast. Not only are you going to get run over, you're going to miss the opportunity to make a whole lot of money. This is a gold rush, and this time the big boys are getting involved. I got to remind you, this is not a crypto article. This is written from JPMorgan. So what is the metaverse? The metaverse is a seamless convergence of our physical and digital lives, creating a unified virtual community where we can work, play, relax, transact, and socialize. The metaverse is still early in its evolution, and there is no singular, all-encompassing definition to which people can turn. Themes of what the metaverse is and could be, however, are emerging. A key point is that there is no one virtual world, but many worlds. So when you think of the metaverse, think of the internet. You know, I remember in the 90s, when people were hearing about the internet for the first time. Like, how do I buy the internet? Well, no, it's the internet is just an environment. Just like, so you got to think of the metaverse the same type of way as like the internet. It's just the environment. So a key point here is no virtual world. This is done by adding an immersive three-dimensional layer to the web, creating more authentic and natural experiences, three-dimensional. So the web right now is you looking at your screen in this static 2D. What the metaverse is allowing you to do is step inside your computer into the internet. Now you are in the internet, walking around, looking at it. Like if you ever watched the Dave Chappelle skits, where he had one skit where he says, what if you were actually in the internet and you're surfing the internet inside of it? It's a funny skit, but that's exactly what this is going to take place. And just like in the 90s, businesses started to figure out, what is our internet strategy? How do we take advantage of this internet? How do we have a presence? And then they quickly realized, if you didn't have a presence, your business on the internet, you were not going to have a business for very long. The same exact thing is going to happen with the metaverse. Only this time, the businesses, they already see this coming. See, the internet was brand new. There was nothing like it before. But since they saw what happened with the internet, they see the metaverse as the next thing. They're not waiting. They're like, okay, it's not a question of should we have a presence in the metaverse. The question is how. You understand what I'm saying here? Marnita, you're right. This is history in the making. The metaverse even has a promise of authentic and natural experiences. The metaverse even has the process of facilitating accessibility from the comfort of your home, breaking down boundaries and democratizing access to key goods, services, and experiences. Before diving into the metaverse, it's important to lay the foundation between features of today's metaverse, Web 2.0 characteristics, and the emerging Web 3.0 characteristics. That was another lesson I was thinking about writing, Web 3.0, but what kind of, I'm going to have to see how I can have, I got Web 3.0, I got the metaverse, I got, what was that other one that I wrote down to write about? Tokenization, smart cities. Maybe I need to encompass all of that under Web 3.0, or I'll make them separate. While the table below highlights our assessment of the key metaverse features between the two, the lines are blurring as more and more traditional virtual worlds are adopting elements of the blockchain-based worlds. Did you guys catch that? Again, who did this article? JPMorgan. Web 2.0 versus Web 3.0 approach to the metaverse. Web 2.0 examples of virtual worlds, Second Life, Roblox, Fortnite, World of Warcraft. Okay, so in my day, meaning 15, 20 years ago, it was all about Second Life, World of Warcraft, MMOs, massive multi-online player games where you can be in a game, not with just one or two people, but with thousands at the same time. Immersive worlds. Our children are playing Roblox and Fortnite. And Fortnite, my son is always running over to me and saying he needs money to buy V-Bucks. I'm like, what is V-Bucks? Well, I need V-Bucks so I can buy new skin and new dance moves and new characters and you know, equipment, whatever. So I said, so what you're telling me is you need real world money to play the game? Well, no, but only if I want to advance and do stuff. Oh, okay. So Roblox and Fortnite are kids play, the next generation. Web 3.0 version, Decentraland, the Sandbox, Somnium Space, and Crypto Voxels. And I'm going to show at the end an example of Crypto Voxels because we have an ILCA presence in Crypto Voxels. Organizational structure, Web 2.0 is centrally owned. Decisions are based on adding shareholder value. In Web 3.0, it is community governed. Generally through a foundation, decentralized autonomous organization, native tokens are issued and enable participation in governance, and decisions are based on user consensus. So this confuses me just a bit because JPMorgan, obviously, they're going to want to have control over this. If they're going to create their own version of a metaverse, it's going to be centralized to their control. But it looks like this document here is just giving the facts of what is and what isn't. Interesting. Data storage, Web 2.0 is centralized. Web 3.0 is decentralized. Platform, Web 2.0, PC, console, virtual reality, augmented reality, hardware, mobile app. Web 3.0, PC, virtual reality, it's the same. Mobile app coming soon. Payment structure, Web 2.0, traditional payments, credit and debit cards. Web 3.0, crypto wallets. Digital asset ownership. 2.0, leased within platform where purchased. 3.0, owned through non-fungible tokens. You see the difference there? One is leased and one is owned. Digital assets portability. 2.0, it's locked within the platform. This is what I was saying the other day. What if you had the ability to take your social media presence from one platform to another without losing your data? You know, you take everything with you because you own it. Cross-platform. There's a anime series on Netflix called Sword Art Online. You ever have time, if you're a gamer, you would really appreciate that. If you want to see where the future is going with this technology and how people are going to be reacting in the future, that's a good series to watch. Not for the entertainment of the show, but the technology of what's possible. That's what I was looking at. My kid liked all the action and fighting and all that stuff. Me, I'm looking at it like, wow, so this is what we're going to be able to do in the future. You know, both of us looking at it for two different reasons. So with 3.0, your digital assets is transferable. You can move it around. 2.0 content creators is game studios and other developers. 3.0 is the community and the game studios and other developers, but the community has a say-so. 2.0 activities, socialization, multiplayer games, game streaming, competitive games, like in social life, in Second Life, there was a lot of, it was the playground for adults. Since there was, you could do anything in the game. Use your imagination if you understand where I'm going with this. There were chat rooms and adults that had a second life in the game. They had husbands and wives and families in the game. They had clubs that the adult, they would come home from work, log into the Second Life with their character, dress their character up however they want, and go to the club and be playing music and dancing and drinking, all that stuff while in the chat room socializing with each other all over the country and the world. Multiplayer games, game streaming, competitive games. But with 3.0, now we're looking at play to earn. I remember back in the day, my dad used to say, man, if you guys made money playing these video games, you'd be rich. Well, now that is a reality. People do make money playing games, experiences. But then as an adult, you got to think even bigger. What if I have a business? Can I cut cost by making sure I have a presence in the metaverse? What if I don't have to pay for leasing office space and my employees can save money on gas and they can work from home and we all have a virtual office that we meet in? Instead of flying half the company to a convention across country, what if we do it virtually? Identity. 2.0 in-platform avatar. Web 3.0 self-sovereign and interoperable identity. Anonymous private key-based identities. You create it, not what they're giving you. Watch the movie Ready Player One. Like when old boy became real popular, he had to change his look so that he wasn't recognized. So you can change up your look. Payments for 2.0, in-platform virtual currency for like Roblox and Minecraft, or not Fortnite, and 3.0, cryptocurrency and tokens. You see here when they say and tokens, see they're already planning for, that's why they're coming out with, the banks are coming out with their own digital tokens to use in their own ecosystems. Content revenues for Web 2.0. Platform or app store earns 30% of every game purchased. 70% goes to the developer. But in 3.0, peer-to-peer developers, content creators directly earn revenue from sales. The users and gamers can earn through play or participation in platform governance and royalties on secondary trades of NFTs to creators. That's what happened with the game Gala, the whole Gala ecosystem. We'll go into that right now, but the same thing. So why Metaverse and why now? The concept of a metaverse is not a new one. In many ways, this is a linear progression. Online, multiplayer, role-playing worlds like The Sims, or Second Life. The Sims was another one. Maybe we go back 20 plus years. Like the girls love The Sims. I like playing Sim City. I like building the city. I haven't played that in a long time. But the girls loved playing The Sims, where you're living in the city, designing your home, your garden, playing around with the neighbors and all that kind of socializing stuff. I just wanted to build and destroy the cities. But The Sims was another one. They've been around for 20 years with players spending an average of 20 hours per week in these worlds. Modern equivalents like Minecraft World or World of Warcraft and Fortnite have hundreds of millions of users and huge supporting economies. We are now at an inflection point. Oh, that is an interesting thing for them to say. We are now at an inflection point where it seems that not a day goes by without a company or celebrity announcing that they are building a presence in a virtual universe. Did you just see that? Not a day goes by. While the buzz can partially be attributed to attention-grabbing headlines, there is a convergence of emerging trends. A number of new technologies have come together to enable this vision of the metaverse. Augmented reality and virtual reality headsets have become cheaper and more powerful, improving the user experience. Blockchain has enabled digital currencies and NFTs. I'm noticing something else too here. Notice the words that they're using. They're not saying cryptocurrencies. They're being very careful here. They're saying digital currencies. They're not the same thing. You got to know the difference between digital currency and cryptocurrency. So I'm watching the language that's being used. Blockchain has enabled digital currencies and NFTs. The new methods to transact and own digital goods are allowing creators to monetize their activities through tokens. In addition to monetization and as a means to exchange value, token holders can also participate in the platform's governance. For example, voting on decisions. This democratic ownership economy, coupled with the possibility of interoperability, could unlock immense economic opportunities whereby digital goods and services are no longer captive to a singular gaming platform or brand. From a social perspective, the development of more immersive virtual experiences is helping people to build communities based on shared values and to express themselves in more authentic ways. Meanwhile, and I'm just kicking myself, I forgot to hit the record button. All right, I'll pull it off of Facebook. Meanwhile, COVID-19 accelerated the digitization of our lives and normalized more persistent and multi-purpose online engagement and communication. It is this combination of technological, social, and economic drivers that is resulting in the explosive interest in the metaverse. From a social perspective, the development of more immersive virtual experiences is helping people to build communities based on shared values and to express themselves in more authentic ways. Metanomics. When you think about the economics of the metaverse or metanomics, there are opportunities in almost every market area. Imagine you have an online avatar and you want to change what it or you are wearing. You will be able to buy limited edition, digitally branded, like I do. My character has my ILCA shirt on in the metaverse. Digitally branded clothing that you pick up after browsing a virtual showroom. Or you may start your own small business, such as an art gallery, where you display your latest and greatest collections, or a virtual private club. So how has the metaverse evolved? The metaverse is evolving from 2 decades of gaming and will be built upon gaming infrastructure. And let me tell you guys, for especially you Generation X and baby boomers, is like, I'm not a gamer, I don't play games, so why should I care about the metaverse? This is just scratching the surface. The whole gaming, this is where you got to have vision here. Look beyond the game and look at life. Every aspect of our life you're going to be able to do in the metaverse, from entertainment, socializing, work, investing, businesses, real estate. That goes far beyond gaming. All right, June 23rd, 2003. Second Life is released. May 4th, 2007. RuneScape reaches 1 million members. December 11th, 2008. PlayStation Home is released on PlayStation 3. I remember that. I thought that was cool. October 7th, 2010. World of Warcraft reaches 12 million subscribers. Oh, yes, Kimberly. Music producing, absolutely. What about movie producing? Studios. Do you guys know that if you're a music producer, you don't need to get a record deal anymore? Yeah, I'm gonna get my rap career going, and once I get my label, once I get my record deal. Well, same with movies. You won't need a movie studio. Just think about that. I'm gonna ask a trick question here, and I want to see if you guys know the answer to this. Anybody know who is the highest paid comedian? Should I use that word? The comedian which comedian made the most amount of money in the last 12 months? Excluding somebody that got a Netflix deal. Okay, I got to kick that out. Okay, I'm not counting Netflix, just comedians. So no Chris Rock or Dave Chappelle for their Netflix deal. Well, what comedian has made the most money in the past 12 months? If you know, type, give me some examples. Type it in the chat box if you know any examples. Kathy's right, Gala Music. Okay, we've got Joyce says Country Wayne. We've got Marnita says Country Wayne. Some of you guys are like, who is Country Wayne? Y'all spelling it wrong. It's not with a C, it's with a K. Who else? Who do you guys know? Yashika says Country Wayne. Anybody else? Is it Martin Lawrence? Is it Dave Chappelle? Is it what's the little guy's name? Kevin Hart? Pat says, is it Jerry Seinfeld? I'm going to give you the answer. It's Country Wayne. Country Wayne is the highest paid comedian right now. He doesn't have a TV show. He doesn't have a Netflix deal. He's not signed to any label. He's not attached to any Hollywood contracts. He's using straight up YouTube. And let me tell you why, for those that don't understand, how can he be making so much money? Jerry Seinfeld was making what, $1 or $2 million an episode, right? But what if he had 10 or 14 episodes a season? So that meant he made $10 million to $14 million a year on those episodes. Now, I'm not talking about all his other side gigs and you know, endorsement deals. He has an audience of maybe, what, a couple of million per episode. Other lower comedians or TV shows might have an audience between 250,000 to 500,000 views per episode, but they're only doing 10 to 14 episodes a season. On YouTube, it's all about eyeballs. The sponsors, the advertisers are paying for eyeballs. So the more eyeballs you have looking at your channel, the more money you make. That's why these cats like Logan Paul and Jake Paul and PewDiePie and Q Cow, who my son watches on freaking Twitch, are making so much money because of the eyeballs. Now, picture this. Country Wayne averages between 250,000 to 500,000 views per episode. Now, what are his episodes? Are they 30 minutes long or an hour long episodes? No. They're 3 to 4.5 minute long clips, mini skits. So if Seinfeld and the rest are doing 10 to 14 shows a year, but Country Wayne is releasing 3 to 4 clips a day with the same audience size, who's making more money? The guy that has 15 shows or the guy that has 100 shows? Faison Love, it took him a long time for that to register in his head when he was like, who the hell is Country Wayne? He ain't making no money off of YouTube. If you got 500,000 people watching every clip you do, yes, you are. That's what's going to be with the metaverse. Now, I know, and that's right, Theo says he's getting all the money and ain't got to share with nobody except his team. Think about that. That's the metaverse, going straight to the people. And Country Wayne is blowing up even more than ever right now. I've been watching him for 2 years now, and I'm watching his team stepping up. So anyways, August 25th, 2014. Wait. August 31st, 2013, Riot sells out League of Legends finals at Staples Center. Sold out. August 25th, 2014, Amazon acquires Twitch for $970 million. September 15th, 2014, Microsoft acquires Minecraft for $2.5 billion. And they got a deal for that because Minecraft's going to be worth far more than $2.5 billion. December 27th, 2018, Fortnite nets Epic Games $3 billion in profit for the year. In 1 year. Gaming is going to be bigger than traditional sports. You know, you want to go to see the basketball game, the baseball game. These gamers are going to be making more money than professional athletes. February 20th, 2020, Decentraland is released. March 11th, 2021, Roblox tops $39 billion in market cap in its IPO. October 28th, 2021, and someone asked last night about liquidity. That's an example of that. They did an IPO. They've got $39 billion in liquidity. I think Martha was asking that about like Nugent and stuff. October 28th, 2021, Facebook changes company name to Meta. That should be a big sign right there. December 4th, 2021, virtual and adjacent to Snoop Dogg's Sandbox estate sells for $450,000 in Ethereum. I forgot who asked a question in our 5-day challenge about the value of land in the metaverse and property and having. I said, well, you know, it's location, location, location. Same with real life. McDonald's owns the best real estate in the world. Well, now it's mad race to own real estate in the metaverse. And Snoop bought a plot of land, and now people around his estate, what they want to buy stuff around him. Sold for $450,000. January 18, 2022, Microsoft announces plans to acquire Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion. Are you kidding me? That's why this Microsoft buying Minecraft for only $2.5 billion, that was in 2014. 8 years later, $68.7 billion. The growth of the ownership economy. I might not be able to finish this article today. This might have to be a two-parter. Metanomics is not a new term or concept. Its origins lead back to 2007 when a Cornell professor, Rob Bloomfield, hosted a course on the subject in Second Life. Many of the themes Bloomfield covered resonate today, including drawing parallels between the physical and digital real estate markets. However, a key difference today is the ownership economy. Driven by the advent of Web 3.0, if you want to personalize a virtual home, you can purchase an original piece of art tokenized as a digital asset. You can even own the land the house is built on. Ethereum-based platforms like Decentraland, for example, are already selling virtual plots that people can develop. Virtual real estate is a growing market. The average price of a parcel of land doubled in a 6-month window in 2021. It jumped from $6,000 in June to $12,000 by December across the 4 main Web 3.0 metaverses. I'm going to give you an example. After World War II, when the GIs came back home, there was something called the GI Bill that basically gave money to those who they deemed qualified to purchase homes for at least 4 kids or 4 family of 4 household homes in the cookie cut neighborhoods with the picket fence and 2-car garage. And they were getting those homes for like $5,000, $10,000, $16,000. Those homes today are worth $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. These land right now that you're seeing for this price, $6,000, $12,000, in the next 3 to 5 years, it's going to be $400,000, $500,000, $1 million for the same piece of property. You're witnessing this. Partly, this growth has been because brands have been buying up space so that they can create virtual stores and other experiences. In June 2021, one land package in Decentraland was sold for $913,000, with the developer Every Realm turning it into an entire shopping district inspired by Japan's Harajuku shopping district. Do you know what this is going to be worth in 5 years? 30, 40 million? Virtual. Wait, what's it say on the side? I like these. The average price of a parcel of virtual land doubled in a 6-month window in 2021. It jumped from $6,000 in June to $12,000 by December across 4 main Web 3.0 metaverses. From DeFi to DAO, in time, the virtual real estate market could start seeing services much like in the physical world, including credit, mortgages, and rental agreements. However, with the emergence of decentralized finance, collateralized lending primitives, and the possibility of blockchain token-based digital assets, a next-generation financing company could potentially leverage digital clothing as collateral to underwrite virtual land and property mortgages. Are you kidding me? JPMorgan is going deep. In fact, the financing company may not be a company at all, but instead a self-organizing, mission-based community of people who may not have met at all in person, also known as a decentralized autonomous organization. The DAO may have seeded its original balance sheet into a multi-sig wallet to create the mortgages, an additional layer of tokenomics to incentivize certain participant or community behaviors creates another level of gamification and commercialization. Let me ask you guys a question. You're seeing the detail of this. Do you not think the banks know what's going on? They're not sitting on the sidelines to be going away in obscurity. They know exactly what's going on, and they are following the money. How many banks was talking like this 5 years ago? All against anything dealing with crypto, blockchain, all that stuff, while still buying up patents. Bank of America had 70 blockchain patents in 2017, while at the same time was freezing business accounts that was operating with crypto. Trying to kill the competition. If you don't see the writing on the wall. Surge in market cap of tokens in major metaverse platforms after Facebook's rebranding to Meta. Look at this. Surge in the market cap of tokens in major metaverse platforms exploded. Somnium Space, Sandbox, Decentraland. Work in the metaverse. In-game ad spending, here we go. In-game ad spending is set to reach 18.4 billion by 2027. Who wants this money? Who wants to get a piece of that money? 18 billion by 2027. Supply and demand dynamics are driving more people into the meta economy. This, in turn, will necessitate the development of new skills and generate new opportunities to make money. After all, people who have to develop and build the products that are consumed in the virtual world, establishing huge opportunities for the creator economy. RTFKT is a virtual shoe designer. You know what? I showed this. I'm going to give you guys just a sneak peek because I am writing in one of my NFT courses. Here it is right here. RTFKT, digital sneakers. An Argentinian designer found an exclusive niche for his creative output. He sells furniture NFTs. His most expensive piece was sold for a little under $70,000. While this is furniture you can't use physically, these objects can be placed in open worlds like Decentraland or Minecraft. You've got to be kidding me. You guys are getting this. That's a sneak peek because I'm writing my NFT courses right now. But isn't that interesting? I'm writing the course, and here we got JPMorgan mentioning it. RTFKT is a virtual shoe designer that has recently been acquired by Nike. Okay. Oh, think about that. He just got acquired by Nike. How much money do you think Nike paid for that? It has created an interesting bridge between digital and physical merchandise. NFT owners receive physical sneakers that match their NFTs and is building an ecosystem of avatars, spaces, and digital products. And if you don't think the sneaker business is big, just look at the news every time new Jordans drop. People lined up outside for blocks to get some new Jordans. Now imagine that a lot of the shoe collectors don't ever wear the shoe. They have it on display. So back in the day, there was something, not Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, but there was a show called Cribs. And it was where you had rappers and ballers and rich people that had an opportunity to show off their house. And do you know what one of the main features of that show was? Anytime they're touring the hall and they said, all right, hey, show me your shoe collection. And so celebrities would make sure they had a nice shoe collection just for the show. And they'd walk into the big walk-in closet and all the shoes lined up for display. Now, if you can make it on Cribs to show off your collection, you made it. Because who else is going to see your collection if you're not on Cribs? You're not having anybody coming in your home like that. But now the virtual world. What if you can show off your Q collection and nobody has to come into your house because you've got it all on display virtually? You guys, I mean, light bulbs going off here. And that's just shoes. We're talking now about anything. People like to keep up with the Joneses and stun on everybody. This is the next level stuff. So let's see. In addition to wearables, in a recent auction, RTFKT sneakers sold for up to $10,000 a pair. By contrast, some people will earn their livings providing services, the gig workers of the metaverse, the gig workers. What if you learn how to design, to provide? What if you figured out how to sell picks and shovels in the metaverse? Those are the people that's going to make the most money. What do you think I do? I may be Bitcoin Brandon, but I'm not making my fortune off of Bitcoin. If you are planning a virtual party and want musical entertainment, you could hire a singer or a DJ to perform. Virtual concerts have the potential to be more profitable than physical concerts, which deal with barriers such as capacity and parking. Recently, a major concert held in Fortnite was seen by 45 million people. Where are you going to get that on any regular concert? Maybe 45,000 people, but you're not having no 45 million. And it grossed around $20 million, including sales of merchandise. People who otherwise would not have had access to such experiences due to geography or cost can now participate. So instead of somebody spending $80 on a ticket, what if they only had to spend $5 and see it virtually? It will be interesting to see how marketing and advertising pans out, as it is potentially one of the biggest segments of the meta economy. There are huge opportunities for branding and immersive ad experiences in virtual worlds due to the mass audiences available. As with the current generation of social media companies, advertising is the model that many platforms use to generate revenue. In-game ad spending is set to reach $18.41 billion by 2027. All right, you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to pause on page 10. We're going to have to do this as a two-parter so that you guys won't be here all Saturday and you can enjoy your Saturday. So what I am going to do is I'm going to show off my ILCA office in the virtual world, in the metaverse. Now I'm thinking, when am I going to do part 2? Well, we'll do it next Saturday morning. Next Saturday morning, we're going to do part 2 of JPMorgan's opportunities in the metaverse. And we're going to start off on page 10. So now let's actually take a sneak peek at a metaverse using voxels. So let me pull up my office space in voxels. And you guys can also be in here at the same time as I am. There's no cost to going in there. You just create your avatar. All right, I got to go through this process of signing in again. Sign in. Okay. Let me get this set up. All right, it should sign me in. There we go. All right. There's my virtual avatar. No, I haven't done nothing with it yet, but I do have a shirt on. Ivy League, ILCA. So I am actually in an apartment building inside the metaverse that's called the G Meta Apartments. And I did a speaking event where I won best speaker of the event. And as a result, as a prize, they gave me space inside the metaverse. Wait, this is not mine. Where's mine? 101, Brandon, Crypto Voyagers. Oh, there it is right there. I'm in 105. Look at that. BB, Bitcoin Brandon, ILCA. Look at this. So now I can market my company in the metaverse. Anybody can come in here. You might see some of you guys' screens. Look at Sue. There was Sue and Chris Shield. You guys can see yourself. There's Janelle. It's Laura. So this is my office space promoting the 5-day People's Challenge. Here's what it looks like from outside. So that's the building. So this building costs money. I don't know what they paid, maybe 10K for this building. And then they're renting out the spaces in it to others who want to advertise. Crypto Voyagers is right there. And you can go in and see everybody else's content and what they're building, what they're creating, what they're marketing. You can go to different floors. This is real estate. And then they've got other buildings here, other apartments that people can rent out for real world money. But here's my little corner of the metaverse. In the future, I'm going to have a freaking university, ILCA university inside the metaverse. Let me fly up to the top because this is the G Meta apartment. And they've got, you know, a DJ booth because they have parties here all the time and events all the time. Now, this computer that I'm on right here is slow, so it's taking a while for the graphics to pull up. But they also have the G Meta One Arena, and do I have the address for that? Let me see. See if it redirects me or it's the same. No, I don't have it saved for the G Meta Arena. Yeah, this just took me back to my spot. And I don't, you know, I can navigate the metaverse in here and I will get lost. So I don't have it down packed yet, but this is their apartment building, but they have a G Meta One Arena where all of their activities take place. And you guys saw that about a month and a half ago. But you can come in the metaverse and explore and just walk around and see what else is out there and what's going on and who has what. This is the future. Now, this looks Roblox style, right? Minecraft. But you have to remember, this technology is where the internet was in the 90s. AOL dial-up. What do you think all of this is going to look like when it reaches high-speed internet era, Netflix streaming type era? This is just the beginning of the future. All right. You fell off the second floor. Anybody else in here? Because I don't see anybody else because you guys can be in here with me right now, walking around, looking at everything. All right, so let me stop this, and I got to give you some important news, some information. Let me shut that off. Stop share. Okay, so what's happening next? We just finished the last 5-day challenge last week. So thank you guys for showing up. We had a great one. I think yesterday was the best day 5 we've ever had. So thank you to Mr. Herschel Crow for lending his talents and services as our panelist. Thank you for the questions, Sue Williams. Sue, I'm so proud of you. And the next 5-day challenge will be on October 24th. I want to make that one the biggest 5-day challenge we've ever had. So that's going to be on October 24th. I will be in Atlanta for the Marketers Summit event. That's from the 31st, the week of October 31st, that Monday that starts. And that whole week. Then tonight, I am doing a special crypto storm is coming, but I'm going to hold that thought. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be doing an ILCA opportunity call, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, where I will be showing off our done-for-you marketing system for those of you that want to be able to make money selling picks and shovels. From this point forward, I'm going to be heavily talking about the marketing system. You've got to have the tools to build anything that you need. You got to have the tools. And that marketing system is more than just a tool. You can create your fortune with it, with the marketing system. But for those of you who say, oh, I don't want to build a funnel or anything, well, we have a done-for-you system for ILCA. So I'll be showing that off tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And then we'll be back to doing Crypto Talk for the Inner Circle on Monday morning. We're back with the Founders Call. Those of you that are founding members, on Tuesday night, we're going to be doing Advanced Crypto series. We're now in the Advanced Crypto courses. And that will be at same time, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. But on Tuesday night as well, I will be having a private Zoom with what we've been talking about the last week or so, tokenizing real estate, an opportunity that's going to be launching in November 3rd and 4th down in Miami, Florida, that event. And I have a private team that's going to we're getting the inside scoop before anything that goes public. So that is going to be on Tuesday. I tell you guys, the cost of it up front is $500 to be a part of that project minimum. So if anybody wants to know about or be made aware of tokenizing real estate and what's going to be going on with that, it's going to be on Tuesday night. I think that is 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. So we'll be right after my founders call that I do for advanced for the founding members. So right after that, we'll be going into that, and I won't be putting the link out publicly. So if anybody, those of you who asked to be on my list, I'm going to send you a message with that link, or you can send me a private message asking for the Zoom link. So that will be on Tuesday night for this. And I'll tell you now, this is not get rich quick. This is not network marketing. It is not MLM. It is not trying to recruit big teams. It does have an affiliate system that you can earn rewards if you do share, but it's not building a network marketing team. It is about having the ability to get in the real estate game at an affordable price where most people have been locked out from. So it's a long-term project. Long-term, not get rich next month. Long-term project. So for those who are interested in that, make sure you send me a private message, and I will send you the Zoom link for that for next Tuesday. And then tonight, the storm is coming. We're going to be talking about the financial hurricane that is on its way. We just saw a physical representation of what a hurricane can do down in Florida. but there's a financial one that's going to be bigger, the destruction bigger, the impact amongst the most amount of people much larger than what Hurricane Ian did. Only this is a hurricane that people won't see coming, but everybody will be impacted by it. It doesn't matter where you live. We are all in its crosshairs, and we can't run from it. We can't hide from it, but we can prepare for it. So I'm going to be talking about that tonight. This is what I call locker room talk, behind the scenes, smoke-filled type room, private conversation that I'm going to be having, but this is not going to be for the public. This is going to be for founding members in ILCA. You have to have purchased my courses and be a founding member to get this information. It is privileged. If you're not a founding member, you still have time to do so. You want to go to, Marnita, do me a favor again, type that in the chat box, the link, founding member. And if you are a prior student of mine in any business that we were doing before, I'm not going to charge you full price. You can get it for half price. So that means if you are a part of Cryptogenics, KGX, iCoin Pro, Coinbase Pro, Economics, the South African company I had, I forgot the name of it. Let's see, Twin Turbo, iLearning Crypto, Cryptor Global, WCL. You know, if you're a part of any of those companies, you get it for half off, $500. You just got to send me a private message and I'll send you a private link for that. So with that, guys, that's tonight. You don't want to miss it. I've got notes worth of stuff since the last one I did to cover for tonight. So I'll see you all tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy Saturday. Bitcoin Brandon out. Bye-bye.